All right, we're back again. Thanks for joining us. Another Wednesday evening, somewhere in the world you're watching this. Post your comments and questions. What you think? We're trying to dissect this stuff. We start with an interesting topic today. Series of questions that maybe you guys will be wondering. Our first question will be: YouTubers telling the whole truth about Africa? So I need to clarify this question. I need to clarify a little bit. So what I mean by YouTubers, you could say it is fair that you can get a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there, whatever, right? But what I mean that if you take a YouTuber per se, are they giving you, so it could be any YouTuber you want to pick? Are they giving the totality of especially those who want to move back or invest or do something? Are they give you the full picture? What do you think? Or YouTubers are just kind of like, just doing their thing. So are they really telling you the whole picture? What do you guys think?
I think of course not. Of course not. They're not giving us the whole picture. Of course not. But but they,
Shots fired! Shots fired!
but they're giving us the like a pick to look into it. That's how we're supposed to take it. They give us a lot
Yeah.
of information. They give us good information. They give us something that you're supposed to go and kind of use your own.
All of them?
Mm.
Almost all of them. Yeah, you kind of have to be like use your
Discretion.
own
Yeah.
what you see, like use your own strategy and use your own critical. You have to be a little bit critical when you see these things, right? You can't just see it and go for it. Yeah, it's true because YouTube, it can be edited, and they want you they want to keep you watching interesting stuff, so they want to keep. But I have to say,
Good point.
they they keep me on my toes. They keep me
Mm.
thinking about home. They keep me interested. They keep
Great
my
points.
no, yeah, it's good things. I mean, that's how I met you, Tony. So I can't say all is bad, right? I
You can say whatever you want.
I got to know you
Good
through
point.
YouTube, and that's not bad, right? So yeah, they keep me like a missing home and wanting to do some things, and they keep yeah. I'm following a lot of Ghanaian YouTubers, and a lot of them give really good information. But yeah,
Mm.
you have to be critical. You can't just hear one person's experience or video and say, yeah, I'm packing tomorrow. No, that's not right. So you have to just see what
Great points.
take the advice, and then take what you can use, and what you just leave the rest.
What do you guys think, man?
Well, this, this is a good one because I mean, are they telling you the whole truth? Look, YouTube is a business, right? At the end of the day,
Good
and these
point.
guys are doing it to get views so they can grow their business.
Hmm.
I get that.
Great
Um,
points.
First and foremost, that's what it is. And
Mhm.
if you're getting some information from them, you take, like I just said, you take what you can out of it, and sometimes it's helpful,
Good
sometimes it's
point.
not.
Mm.
But
Any specific ones that are not helpful?
no, I mean, there are some specific ones who just, they dress it all up, right?
Mm.
Um, and I get why they do it. I mean,
Okay.
the biggest YouTuber in Ghana, I've never seen him say anything negative about Africa, period. Right?
Mm.
Not Shots just fired! Ghana, Shots fired! all of Africa.
Nothing wrong with
And
Africa, you know.
I watch him
Picture
all the
perfect.
time. What did you say?
Maybe there's nothing wrong with Africa, man. It's picture perfect.
Ah.
We wish.
You and I know that's not true.
We wish.
You know, to play devil's advocate or to support his stance a little bit, and I know who you're talking about, Joe.
Hmm?
And I think we all know, and anyone watching this knows. But he always says that he's trying to change the narrative,
Sure.
right? Because he says the bad news, the mainstream media is doing a good job at it. So he's trying to show the parts that they don't show.
So another extreme.
Yeah.
Not no, no, I don't think showing, like, you know, showing people
Good
that
stuff.
people use cow pee to wash their hairs, it's a pleasant extreme. So you can't really say he's
No,
showing.
no. What I'm saying is that the media, let's say the media is showing all negative, right?
Yeah.
All negative.
Yeah.
And then so he's going all positive.
Not
According to
not necessarily all positive. Will you use the cow pee in your hair?
no. But what Joe said was like he never said anything bad. Like
Yeah.
the
Well,
things
well,
the things that it could be obvious, right?
No, the thing is this. I think his agenda is strictly to find things that the mainstream media won't say, and I don't think that's a bad stance.
Yeah, but they are
yeah.
good and they are bad things, right?
Yeah.
They are.
Maybe
Yeah.
Great points.
Joe is leaning towards the balance, right?
Yeah.
The balance.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
All
I
right.
think like to tackle this question, you know what? There's no single YouTuber who knows the whole truth about Africa.
True.
You take from places, you bring the information in, you curate it
Good
yourself,
point.
and then you take the stuff that is good for consumption for you, and you take those, right? There are some that you see and you be like, "Psh, that's not true." You push away, right? There are some you see and it's like, they embellished a little bit. You say, okay, I see why they're embellishing it, But if you rely on YouTube to get your full truth about
Great
something,
points.
You'll be in trouble. You'll be in big trouble.
yeah.
Shots fired. So Eric, so the question for you, because you said something, is when people embellish the truth. The question is, you don't get to control or know the mindset of the viewer, right? The viewer. So the image you put out there is very important. Some people have discernment.
Yeah.
We say common sense and common, right? So some people have discernment. They can look at this thing and say, okay, I know what it is. But if you're dealing with a specific group, let's say that are more emotional to the message, right? Then you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't have discernment. Like they take it like they hear that thing is gold. They run with it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you provide a counter narrative, they don't want to hear it. It's like they be like, going to Babylon, man. Let Babylon go into Canaan. Forget it, right? So the thing is, we'll get into the series of questions about. I'll say my view. YouTube is telling the whole truth about Africa.
What was the question for me though?
So the question for you is that you were saying that they embellish. Sometimes when they embellish, you have discernment, right? And my question is, do you think everybody that's watching it can always
tell the
Discern?
difference?
No, and you already answered that question, right? And it's not only on YouTube, right? There are people looking at,
Even on mainstream.
yeah, there are people looking at highlight reels on Facebook and getting
Good
divorced
point.
because they're always on vacation and we don't go anywhere, so I'm getting divorced. You know what I mean? Like you don't
Great
see,
points.
even when they take, like when people take that beautiful picture, if they zoom out, you see the mess around them, right? But discernment is a powerful thing, and I feel like as much as it is the responsibility of the communicator to make sure that their message is received properly. The onus is also on the person consuming that content, right? To also know what they're consuming, right?
Send it, mommy, send it. Into send it. No, wow, problem.
Yeah, man. It is, man. If you were able to get it, right? If you're able to get it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna send it, good luck to you.
So what is my take? YouTubers telling the whole truth about Africa. I mean, I guess if you want to do a shopping cart thing, you can pick whatever all over the place. But for me, I try to count these things. I think there's about 6 that I know of. Like there are 6 that I know of in Ghana. So I didn't look at anybody outside Ghana. But I think strive for a little balance, right? Of giving people, hey, these are also some of the things that you might have to put in place. You have to look at it when you come here. You might deal with this thing and stuff like that. So balance. There's about 6 that I know of. 2 African Americans, 4 are Ghanaians that I think they are striving to really they're not selling you the street is full of honey and biscuit. You know, they're telling you that, okay, yes, it's emotional appeal. You can come and grow, invest, and build and all that stuff, but also prepare because there's other challenges over there. And occasionally, sometimes they might show something in Africa and people get pissed off and they attack them, and that kind of stuff. And so that kind of like because this question is building up to the second question, that kind of like put other YouTubers in a predicament, the predicament of which direction or content. So, okay, definition of a YouTuber. I think there's more content creators. There's not a lot of YouTubers. What I mean by YouTuber is like somebody who's posting consistently, right? The YouTube is a source of income. It's a full-time thing. They are, I'm not in that category. I post once a week, maybe twice a week. Now we're doing this, so it's like, and stuff like that. So I'm not actively, pretty much scheduled. So I'm more like on the content creating side, and I'll consider my channel more like a smaller channel. So one thing I want to give you that build up into the second question is this, because from the back end through the analytics, as a content creator, this question, sensational and substitute videos of Africa, which one are Black people more interested in? So I want to give you a back end what you see as a YouTuber so then we can start diving into this question. So as a content creator, you can see the analytics. It gives you what they are watching, the time they are watching, who's watching, what country they are watching, how much money you made on the channel, right? It has nothing to do with the quality of content. This is what the viewers, right, trying to watch are thinking. So now, if you put a video over there about twerking in all the regions in Ghana, I'm using that as an example, and 1 week you want like 250,000 views, right? And the ads and all that stuff.
Maybe I need to create that channel and go to Ghana and get busy.
That's right. Oh, yeah. A lot of people watch.
There are 14 regions now, right?
You're gonna hit 1 million in 6 months subscribers. So if you do that kind of video, right, and from the back end and some of the front end, you can see the views, maybe monetization. You are there, so you can see how much money you made, and then you did a video about how to invest in Africa, and they only got you like 2,000 views. 2,000 views. This is what I'm just giving the back end, right? So sometimes you can understand what is going on. Now, if YouTube is your source of income and you want to make it a full time, the mindset is that, man, I need to do this twerking videos, right?
Yep.
So sometimes the viewers have handicapped the message, because if you put what they should know.
Yeah.
They don't want to.
They
They
will
don't
watch.
care about that stuff.
Mhm.
So the YouTuber looking at this like, I can give them this quality. I'm not gonna make any money, or I can give them this stuff that they want to say make money. So, so give you that drop of that. The question becomes, at the end of the day, will you agree that it's the viewer that decide the message? What they should, is this the viewer that decide the message, or is the
No.
YouTuber that is like saying, okay, let me put this message out there regardless? Like I think for me, I do my message, whether 2 people watching, 5
Yeah,
people watching.
well,
I'm talking about the stuff I want to talk about.
no, you see,
What do you think, Eric?
you see, no, you see, Tony, with your channel, right? Your channel is specific, right? That's the reason why you see people spinning off and creating other channels, right? Other like content creation channels, not necessarily like a podcast like we're doing here, right? Because they realize that, you know what, the
It doesn't
viewership,
make money.
right? The viewership is driving like the appetite through analytics, like you said, right? The appetite is saying we want more of this.
Mhm.
Correct.
So they spin
Right.
off, right? Because in all honesty, a majority, right? If you know, just to toss a number out there, I probably won't be far from, you know, right, hitting it maybe 5% margin. 80% of people who watch YouTube are watching it for entertainment.
For entertainment, right?
They're
Yeah.
watching it to pass time.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Good
saying?
point.
They're watching
Yeah.
it to pass time.
True.
So
I agree. I'll agree.
the people that so now we're left with 20% who are serious, right? And then you have to find a niche that those 20% are serious in, and then you slice it. It's like, oh,
Great
which of these
points.
20% are just watching, you know, building homes in Ghana videos, or
Yeah.
which of these, you know, the 20% left want to know how to invest, you know, in cryptocurrency, you know, stuff like that, right? So the fact that it's like
Good
it was
point.
created to be an entertainment source, right, for people to consume snips, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like TikTok took over, right? What YouTube really was about. That makes it difficult, right, for someone who is looking at it from the monetary aspect, right, to stick with what they want to do, right? Their initial intent, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to talk about cars in Ghana, right?
Yep.
And how many people care about cars in Ghana, right? More people probably want to see, you know, like you said, twerking more than they want to see cars in Ghana, right? Yeah, so it's true. It's the viewership, right? The viewership controls, you know, what gets shown on YouTube generally.
I mean, I get that, and I think I agree that the viewership probably controls what you watch, but at the same time, you know, if you are authentic,
Great
and
points.
you want to stay to your message, right? This is the reason why I'm doing YouTube, and you want to stick to that message. You can still create the twerking videos for them, like you said, and you can be true to yourself. You can still do and get your message out there.
Yeah, but
right?
I think doing that on the same channel, right, splits your viewership, right? That is
Yeah.
the reason.
Yeah.
That is the reason
So
why. That is the reason why I think some people end up creating a different channel and say,
Sure.
"Oh, this is just for vlogging, for
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
And this is for this particular thing."
yeah.
I get it.
You know, so if so this is some back end information to just to have that clarification. And Eric made, you guys made some great point. So another thing too is, you know, when you look at analytics, what happens is you start a channel, then the viewers are used to a specific, like Joe was saying, way, you know, what the channel is about. And then it will plateau at a certain point, right? It will plateau. And then, but what then sometimes people will do is like, okay, you got to create a whole different genre, right? But then you still have your core group. There's a portion of the core group
That
who
was
like
still
really
wrong.
wanted the message out there. So when you start doing these twerking videos, like, what the heck is going on, right?
Exactly.
So then the thing is, okay, you're gonna lose some of the core people, right?
Mm.
The question is, are you going to make the difference, right? Are you going to? But the challenge, the thing though is this, like Eric said, this conversation is the build up for the series of next questions. Is if the goal was to monetary reasons, you came there, I want to make money, I want to treat YouTube as a business, and then you come in, then if the authenticity is not making money, right? You're gonna look at what everybody else is doing to make money, and then you're gonna go there, like somebody say copy, right? And then you're gonna move towards that. So you also want to create a content. So the question though, the challenge is not, I agree, most people watch it for entertainment. But YouTube also maybe the last 3-4 years became an avenue for people to make a living, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that brought like everybody coming in there to make money, trying to make money. That is fair. But then also it becomes, what if the message you are promoting about Africa, in the sense of, let's look at it like people going in to invest. Let's say that message, like Eric said, you are creating about investment opportunity. You're only getting 300 views, right? And then you can talk about all these other things that is not going to help people who really wants to go and invest and compete with the non-Africans on the continent. Then at certain point, it's tricky for you. You have to decide. That is where the character comes in, right? You're going to decide which way you're going to go, right? Do you want some of them to get so excited when they go over there, they crash because they're not prepared about certain things, right? Or you are going to stick with this thing because when you want them to go there and win, and that is not always easier, especially if YouTube, it's easier if YouTube, you're doing it for a hobby, I do it for a hobby, right? It's easier for me to do whatever content I want, right? But for somebody who's like, maybe he's making a little bit of money, he's paying some bills, and he needs a check, it's a whole different thing, right? It's a forget about the content. It's like, what content do I need to create to make money? And so if the viewer is watching it for entertainment, great, right? Great. But if that viewer is looking at it to get a specific information to help them when they move to Africa, and they don't get on that platform, then it's kind of like you have a situation, people go there, they crash, and then they come back quietly. And then they're doing consultation, they're like, I hate the place, I'm never going back. Right? All these things come up. And so, like Joe said, it's like, it is me. That's why I inch when people try to make it like the number one source of income. Do it, build a channel. It becomes, supplementary, secondary, because that'll give you the flexibility to talk about all these issues. So then you don't feel like sometimes you have to compromise the ethics in terms of the information you're giving out, right? Because you're looking at the numbers, right? And some people have been caught up basically on the numbers. And it is fair if you look at, if you can even look at the other videos, just black people in general. The twerk videos, the big booty videos, those are like 300, 400,000. Right? I mean, I've looked across all these places. But if you look at the stuff that we need to know as a people to compete, we're not watching that. We are not watching that. So I'm not defending the other YouTubers, the one that's just like it's all the numbers thing. I'm saying is that sometimes they are hijacked by the viewers. I mean, they are hijacked. And it's kind of like, it's, you put out this image, then eventually something happens, and God forbid. I mean, social media sometimes push people to commit suicide because they're fighting. They're fighting against who they are with the persona. The persona they put out there that the viewers have accepted that they can't deviate from. So I think sometimes is a challenge. Now, what is this thing? So we talk about to what extent to build up on that. You to influenced by the likes and the donation. Do you think the donations? Uh, you do a video, you cry a little bit. I tried crying, but it didn't work out. It was bad.
Which video was that? I gotta go watch it.
didn't see
Which one was that?
I want to see that video.
Which video was that? I gotta go watch it.
It's private. You can't see it.
Oh no,
I practiced it.
please,
I practiced the crying.
please, make it public so I can watch it on a loop.
We'll make you go viral.
Yep, I'll watch it in a loop. We'll hit your analytics.
I tried crying. No, it was not. There was no rhythm to the cry. There was no rhythm.
We'll even get some memes out of it.
And I said maybe I could get $5 or something, right? So I said so sometimes. Listen, I used to donate a lot of money to YouTube. Now I don't do that anymore. I've donated quite a amount, to a lot of people on YouTube. But I'm saying sometimes if that becomes the niche, let's say the emotional story, maybe something bad happened to you and people feel bad, and then you see the true story. One YouTuber in Ghana, that's what I'm going to say. They were doing a video, right? And they were seeing a story, and they started crying. And the donation was coming in, and then they were looking at like this. And then I was like, the donation was coming. I'm like, and so to what extent?
It's like,
I would say,
let me cry longer.
I would say that the likes. It's okay. So the benefit of the likes is that the more likes you have, the YouTube analytics tend to put your video up, as recommendation for other channels and that kind of stuff. So that helps. So I think that's fine. I think most people like the video, but they don't click the like, or sometimes it's very difficult. If you speak 30 minutes, there'll be one line that you're gonna say. Yeah, they disagree, and that's gonna cost you the like. There's one line. So it's gonna happen. But I think sometimes if the donation, kind of like we build up on the second question, if you did a specific video and the donation is strong, and YouTube takes about 40% of all the money that comes through. And so if that donation comes in, then do you think like now it's like, man, I made like some serious, I did this video, you make 1,000 just on donation that video. You be like, okay, maybe I need to just talk about some of these more stories. So do you think that the likes and donations supersede the content? What do you guys think?
For some people, like you said, right? If your mission is your mission, right, you're not going to deviate from it, right? For other people, right? Like we said, YouTube was created to make people laugh, right? It's like pastime, right? That is the reason why you realize for videos that have a lot of views, right? And I haven't done a lot of research,
Great points.
right? They are funny and they are short.
Yep.
Right? No one is sitting through a 1.5 hour YouTube video from beginning to end. Right? And so that's the thing. It's like I feel like it depends on the person who's creating the content and why they wanted to create the content. Right? If their drive was to be an entertaining content creator, that's what they're gonna do. The likes are gonna motivate them. They're gonna say, you know what? My videos
Good
are
point.
generating some, viewership. People like this content, so I'll do it some more. And if you watch some YouTube videos, you hear the YouTubers, content creators, as you put it, right? Ask questions like, "What videos do you want to see?"
Yeah.
Right. As soon as you say what videos you want to see, to me, you want to create
Great
entertainment for
points.
people.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm showing you a video of me building my house, I'm not asking you that question. How am I going to ask you? Do you want what color do you want me to paint? Ask me that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we need to look at like as much as like we would want YouTube to represent the things that we are, we got to also understand that we're not the only ones consuming that content.
No.
I
But
want to ask you a question.
let me make,
Okay, go ahead. Joe.
just a quick one. So I was watching this YouTuber who he's a food critic, right? And he was basically showing, as part of his channel, he shows people how to make money on YouTube, right? And he said when he started out, he used to go to like McDonald's and review like a McBurger or something like that to that fact, because that was his channel. That's what he wanted to do. But he wasn't making any money from it. And then one day, all of a sudden, he thought about something and made this whole setup about him and his wife getting divorced.
Oh my goodness.
Great
He
points.
said the
Talking
amount
about
of views he
bad
got from
energy.
that basically made his channel. All of a sudden, people started watching his channel after that.
Bad news. Yep.
So every now and then he has to create something other than food, to bring people in.
Misery likes company.
Oh, and I think to myself, my God, there's got to be an easier way.
You see, like the day I have to tell a lie, right? A lie that, if it came to pass, has the potential of wrecking me to make $1.
Good point.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I think like because I'm trying to recollect.
It's not $1. It's a lot of dollars.
No.
Yeah.
It's like to me, like there are some things that are not worth. Like, you see, I believe in putting good out in the atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
So like I can't even say, people who say, "Oh, my father died," just so they can go on vacation. I mean, their father is not dead, right? And then now the father dies, and you can't tell your
Great
boss the father
points.
died because he's already dead.
So already dead.
So you can't go to
Well,
the funeral.
you're supposed to use somebody who's already dead. My uncle that raised me. So you said something about influence of the donation. Like you mentioned when somebody's asking. So I think when I watch YouTube, so I'm focusing on people that are just doing the stuff in the continent, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Because I've subscribed to about 300 people on YouTube at different stuff. So I'm just specific to looking at that, and I think there is breaking that into three groups, major groups. You have your promoters, right? They're gonna promote the continent, so they're gonna do like tourists, show you the place in Africa and stuff like that. Then you have a combination of people that move back, right? Move back to the continent, showing you their experience, what is going on. And then you have the people, the people that are doing something and they're trying to show you, right? So, like if I watch somebody, and it may be like somebody goes to Africa and they say, okay, hey, I built this restaurant, I'm doing this and stuff like those videos. To me, I spend more time watching those things because that's how my brain works. I like to see how they did it and stuff like that.
Yeah, teaching videos, right?
Yes, the teaching videos, like to me, that's my thing. Like the stuff about nice beaches in Zanzibar and stuff like that. No, they are very, very nice beaches. My mind is I want to own the beach, not be at the beach. So it's kind of like, okay, what do I need to do to own the beach? So I need the how-tos, right? I like the how-tos. So all my subscriptions about how-tos, how to do this, how to buy this, how to make this is destroyed, how to fix this, right? because I feel like there's a progression, because if the beaches at Zanzibar are really nice, which they are, and I can go there and enjoy them,
You can
there's no, no point of me sitting there spending 3 hours watching at a place that I can never be.
hey, some people
So,
fantasize like that too.
so for me, I think for the viewer, so we talk about the discernment, right? When you get in there, you have to be specific, because I could go to a channel
Hmm.
and they can say all these things, but I'm looking for a specific thing.
Hmm.
And maybe I may have to watch like 30 minutes, right?
Hmm.
And see that thing, but it's specific.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to spend my whole hours for entertainment.
Hmm.
I'm going there. And so for the viewer, sometimes they get lost into the 20% we are talking about, not 80%. The 20, sometimes they get caught up into the romanticization and all that stuff. And then very soon they get caught up in that stuff. They say, oh man, I went there for different reasons. Now it's like the distraction part. Now, for the 20% that goes in, they have to be and I think maybe if the YouTube algorithms can do this thing where, so that people can, if you have your playlist, you should have, maybe you're investing in Africa videos, right? The people that you watch, the people that are building, that stuff you watch, the people that may be showing the nice places, that's what you watch. And some people, they just have like, it's like a mafia. Like, I mean, they sold like this YouTuber, this God Messiah can never be wrong. You better not even say anything, right? You can't question anything, and it's like and that is the way I watch it. I watch it specifically for specific information, and I go in there and I say, and sometimes if I don't, I text some of the YouTubers. I text, I say, hey, you went to this office so and so, right? How was it? That kind of stuff, to get the information. Because now, if you don't want to go there, then you watch the tourists, the YouTube that do the tour of Africa. That's perfect for you. That's brilliant, right? But if you have 50% thought about it, maybe you want to do something, then you the how-tos, how to navigate within the continent. Because trust me, Labadi Beach and Zanzibar Beach, Winneba Beach and Zanzibar Beach, when you get there, you're gonna have some reality check. So you must understand these things, so that when you go there, you don't have that shock. Because some people go, you'll be surprised. They go over there and the little things set them back, because they didn't have no clue. They have no clue that they actually have to go get COVID to get visa renewal, right? So these things, and I feel like, as a content creator, make your money, but there's a responsibility. There's a responsibility to the viewer to balance it out. If you care about the outcome. Now, if the outcome is your pocket, then do your thing. Like you said, Eric, what you put into the world eventually comes back. And so no matter what it is, you may have to do some videos that you're not got money, by saying, listen, this is for the other group. And then this is where I eat at. Right. And sometimes it's very, very difficult, because for me, it's easier for me to talk about building. The other group, is easier for them to talk about what they've been doing this year, right? Most people on the Ghana YouTube came about 3 years or less. Most people, about 3 years or less, right? We the OGs, we like 4 or 5 years. We are hanging in there. So it's easier for us to do that. And sometimes as a content creator, it's very, very difficult to switch, because not everybody has the depth to do that, right? They're used to something, they're making money, I'll stick to this thing, right? The verge of, they'll get emails. What are you doing? Go back to twerking videos. Tell me your wife is divorcing you. We want to see more of that, right? Or they do get them. And so to that extent, because you see this happen, eventually the money dries out. Eventually it will dry out, because you're going to plateau with your content, unless you start doing something crazy,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And then sometimes people don't know what else to do anymore. And there's also another thing too is you guys will agree. It is very, very difficult. And I don't care who you are, the smartest person in the world, to create a content rich video every day
Hmm.
is difficult
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you need to do the research
Hmm.
and you're not going to get it in a day.
Hmm.
That is where it comes like, what video do you want me to do? Because you can only your bed and show your chest and say hi everyone. You can only do that so much.
Tony, your mic cuts in and out sometimes.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
If it doesn't again, I'll
so
let you know.
thanks for the feedback. So I think sometimes that is a struggle. That is why I finally like say, listen, I can now do X number of videos in a week that are content rich. I just can't. Unless you don't care about, you have no interest. You don't care about your family. You don't want to do anything.
Mhm.
I cannot do that. I can do probably 3 pushing it of because sometimes I need to double check this information before you put it out there.
Mhm.
And so you guys believe the likes and donation is influenced a little bit sometimes?
Oh, big
Oh yeah,
time.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a little bit. It's a
Big
lot.
time.
It's
A
a
lot.
lot.
So because
Majority of
so we want
YouTubers.
donations and we want the likes, guys. Please click on the like button. We want to get this thing
Please
viral
share.
video.
Share. We want
Please
to go
share this
viral.
video.
Yeah, I think
You know,
the likes actually influence some of
If it gets 15,000 likes, Tony's gonna cry.
that's
Live.
right. That's right. Videos coming up. 50,000. We want 50,000 views and then and record that cry because it's gonna be the bad thing you ever see.
We're gonna see
Uh,
Tony cry.
let's put this to the fourth one. This one. All of you selling, right? Your son or your beautiful daughter, the princess.
Mhm.
You know, who got something great here, have decided they're going to quit the job or sometimes a business. They're going to move to Africa. So let me make it a little bit sweeter. They don't have a house in Africa. They're going to live at a house you built. And then they have decided, you know, maybe they got something good here financially. They have decided they want to go to Africa, move into your house, and then they're going to do YouTube full time. They're going to create a channel. What would you tell them before they make that journey?
First and foremost, you need to pay me back for all that money I spent on your school.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
That's the first thing you need to do. And then we can talk. Otherwise, we ain't talking.
Good point.
If you want to be a YouTuber, it's on you, but not after.
If they decide to move back, would you let them stay in the house, your house?
Oh, of course. I would
Okay.
do my best to try and
Rent
make
free?
the
do they have to
transition
pay, they have to pay
easier
the
for them.
rent? Do they have to pay the rent?
Rent free?
No, of course. Yeah, they can stay in the house because you want to make it easier, right? But
Yeah.
I really don't have a problem with it if they have a good content and it's helping people. I don't have problem with it. I'll be happy that they want to move to Africa and see what's in for them, see what they can create, see what they can give back to the people.
Good point.
Depending on the content, I will support it 100%. I won't have any problem with it.
Okay, question for now, Aji. I'm not going to
What
let
if-
you go away free with this one. I'm not going to let you go away with it. This is very cute. I know your
Hold on,
daughters are
hold
in the
on.
room listening to this.
Hold on, Tony. What if
I know.
they're
I know they're in there.
What if they're going to Ghana to create working videos?
So let's say they were brilliant child here. You know, let's say they're in a medical field, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they are, let me say, they might be a pediatrician. They might be, what is it? Let me even put it up. They're a neurosurgeon,
Mhm.
right? And they go to Ghana. They said they're gonna quit this thing. They're gonna go there and do YouTube. They want to create content.
Of what?
That is what they are going to do.
Of what?
Depending on the content.
Oh, what?
Content of
Hey.
them doing free surgeries.
Every
Of
you
your
know you go do
house.
free surgery, they ain't gonna watch that stuff. All right, they said I need to check my mic. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys talk. I'll work with you.
Right. So my thing is this, right? To answer this question, I'll go along the lines of what I just said. Right. If you tell me, if you can convince me that this content you're trying to create, one, is helpful to society,
Yeah.
no one else is doing it, it's gonna bring a lot of value to whomever watches it, I'll support you. I'll even be your cameraman if you need it. Right? But if you're gonna give up something good just to go chase likes, then we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Oh boy.
Thank you. I think I fixed it. I fixed it. It's connected to something else. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better. Right? Okay.
Yeah. Be a Julian for one. For one.
Yeah, I'll be a Julian.
Yeah.
So
Time out.
so I mean, here's my take. My take will be this, because maybe I'm in a content creating arena. I would say that okay, maybe you should not just quit. Build it up here, right? Build it. Don't just because you can start as a hobby, build it up. Because like we said, maybe it's a neurosurgeon and he goes there and he wants to talk about the brain. Eric, we ain't gonna be watching that video.
Nope.
Brian, how the nerves are connected, how the brain works, and yeah, that video is not getting 100,000, 200,000 views. Not that. If you go there and have naked stuff like that, that'll get the views. So
this is how it's work in Canada.
That's right. So that one will get views. Remember, they want to make a living, right? So they're gonna make a living of that, right? And sometimes, because the thing that sometimes I cringe is there's only, let's say if 10 people do YouTube, you can have about 20%. That'll make a lot of money, depending on the content.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have 5, they're not gonna make any money.
Mm-hmm.
They're out. They're not gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
Then so you got 50%, then you got 20%, 70%, the 30%.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be working at it. Right? Mm-hmm. We'll be working at it. They might have to have some supplementary income, right, for that. So I wouldn't I would say start building a channel. Because sometimes you know what is going to happen. They're going there and the internet has these challenges happens. Remember, they're on the course of a career here. They quit. Now they move down there, and then they find out that people don't care about the things you care about. That is the thing that YouTube has to find out that the things that are important to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you put it out there, 10 views.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here with this stuff. We don't want to watch this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get a reality smack in your face. Not everybody is able to take the losses and recover.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'll be like, don't quit. Start a channel here, build. And then when you go there, because the skills, it's actually easier to do YouTube outside because the software works, the internet works. You can get so many tools, right? It's easier, much easier to do it here. And it's better to have the skill develop here. So when you go down there, you can do well. Then you go over there and you're trying to download some kind of software, and the data right now, right? And it's going to cost you way much money. So before I go, and if you have kids, you know this, before you go, you download all the movies on the iPad. Because if you get down there, you try to do that stuff. Right? So yeah, it's going like that, and it's like, and sometimes they're restricted. They know you are downloaded from outside the country. They're restricted.
That's why you need VPN.
Yeah,
But now, but you know what? This time I got MTN Wi-Fi in my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It cost 1,000 Ghana cedis, but it was fast.
Is it for a month? The month one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it costs more than that. So the router cost 1,000 cedis, and it came with, I think, 10 gigabytes. Or
Okay.
yeah, I no, it wasn't 10.
More than that,
No,
maybe.
it was
That is
10
not
gigabytes.
enough. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
none
well,
there.
but of
Maybe
course, I
100.
watch movies all day when I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
10 gigabytes went like that. So
Yeah.
I topped it off with, 50 more gigabytes. It cost me like 2,000 Ghana cedis.
No, but that's you, and that was you alone.
And
Just
and
you
that's the
alone.
least.
they get you with a buy get half.
Yeah, yep.
But
And that was
imagine
2
the whole
weeks.
family. If the whole
Yeah.
family went, the whole
I
and those
can't
kids,
imagine.
man, they're like 10 times.
Yeah.
And so, but for me, I think there will be, because sometimes the danger we have is if we give the children too much luxury of a life,
Mhm,
they don't start to appreciate all the work that
Mhm.
went in.
mhm.
So I think for me, you start telling them you'll be paying rent. You have to. They have to become an adult, right? Because
Mhm.
adults just don't quit certain things. Listen, we go to work all the time. We want to quit every day, but there's duty and responsibilities and stuff like that. So I think that you have to have them start taking care of certain responsibilities, so then they will know that maybe I'm just not going to go in their house and get up every day, just do a YouTube and go to bed. Right. It's probably I'll need to come up with some income to live, to like definitely I'm not paying for the internet.
Mhm.
I'm not doing
Mhm.
that. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna buy their own router, they're gonna buy their own internet, they're gonna do all that stuff.
It's not cheap.
And once they start doing that, and once they start finding the cost, maybe they'll
Daddy,
build it here.
I'm coming home.
Yeah. Maybe they'll start it here. And stuff like that, because you can make it.
I mean,
But
I get it. I mean, some people start YouTube and you look at their channel and they started, with 1,000. When I discovered them, they were like 1,000. And then you come back like 3 months later and they got over 100,000, right? They blow up just like that. It's rare, but it happens, right? And then you have guys who just can't get the views, but they keep plugging at it, and
yeah.
it's
But at a certain point to the time, though, Joe, it's like
sure.
and that is the way I look at it. How much time are you going to put into these things, and what is the return?
Yeah.
Right. For me, it's a numbers game. If you put in the time, you're making serious money. Then
Yeah.
power to you.
Yeah.
But if you put in the time and you are not making it, you better figure other things.
Yeah. Other side hustles.
And it becomes yes, and so, but sometimes some people don't know about it because there's this hope. They say, if only I do this one video. Because here's the thing too, is like, sometimes the views helps a little bit, but location, you gotta be at a location,
Mhm.
and you gotta watch the ads. If you're not watching the ad, you're not getting paid. And most people are skipping the ads. There's some ads that you can't skip. So you watch those things, and then YouTube will take 40%. So then it's like you got to be putting videos out there. You see what I'm saying? Because once when you have your viewers watch your latest videos, they don't go back and watch all the old videos that you did. So they want the next video.
But actually, it depends, because when I started watching you, right?
Yeah.
I actually started watching the latest stuff,
And then you went to the beginning.
Whoa, I like this, and then I went back. I went to the beginning.
Went back, Yeah.
and watched all of them, right?
Yeah.
If it's something you're interested in.
Yeah, but also though, Joe,
Yeah.
imagine this, right? Imagine when you started watching Tony's videos, right? Imagine
Great
you
points.
started watching Tony's videos when he'd already built a foundation. You're
Yep.
not watching his foundation video because you're not going to rip your foundation up to do it the
No.
way Tony did it, right?
Mhm.
So
No.
that's the thing. It's like the
Yeah.
things that people are interested, right? Especially for like Tony said, the teaching channels, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people will watch your entire playlist, right? They
Yeah.
pick what they care about and they'll watch
yeah.
that one
Mhm.
going
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But for these,
Entertainment. The
fluff,
entertainment.
fluff,
They'll
you
go
can just
back.
put it on a loop, leave the room, come back, and laugh in the middle of it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Continuity doesn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that is the thing. And so, I mean, because you do get some stuff from YouTube, how you can grow the channel and all that stuff. Sometimes I look at this, man, this is a lot of work, man. man, I no, I don't want to.
Did they send you an email saying sometimes you need to carry your own blocks?
Not yet. They haven't watched that video. And also too, like I do, and sometimes you get to a point you will get like people do product review, right? I get at least once a month somebody. But my channel is not built on that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you see me. Here's a new towel. It's $59.99. It's like
when you finish building the house.
Wrong with it,
no, but it's like it is as a quick which is a common dinner. No, but the thing is that when I look at it, and I do get like keyboard mats, they say keep it, they'll give you $50 with the other stuff. I do look at that stuff and I'm like, it's so like I don't even know how I'm gonna fit it in. It's like all of a sudden I got a coffee mug, $5.99, Amazon, the best coffee mug, go for it. It's like I'm like,
no, really, you could plug it though, right?
Yeah, you can.
It's like you're doing your video, you take a sip, and then you say something about the mug.
Yep.
Tony, you're leaving money on the table, man.
Yeah. Baby, I know, but
Tony, you're leaving money on the table. You need to cry more.
A lot of money on the table.
No, I have not maybe come up with a creative mind to fit that in because I feel like my thing was okay. I'm going to be consistent with my message in terms of building, and now like maybe a little bit of okay. You build, you move there. How do you survive? How do you make sure like you keep up with inflation, saving those emergency stuff like that. And so I feel like that's my niche, rain or shine.
But
I tie
it's specific.
Correct.
And somebody who's not moving to Ghana is not going to watch your channel.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's specific.
Yeah.
Because I don't see but you see the thing that I realize is this. The people, because I think I've talked to probably 200 people, either through emails or on the phone through the channel, is that the people that watch my videos, I can say 80% of them are really, really serious. Either they are building or they are 80% kind of like they really, really want to do something, right? Because it's not geared towards like sometimes they do it like they'll put on a loop and then they'll send me a screenshot. I'm like episode 14. I'm like, go to bed, man. And stuff like that. But most people it's not geared towards the touristy and the entertainment aspect. Because and so it is very specific. So is that for you or it's not for you, right? But for me, I'm comfortable in that slot, right? No matter what happened, whether 5 views or 2,000 views, right? I'm comfortable in that slot. For other content creators, it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy for them. They feel like the viewership is what determine. Like for me, I know the most views for my channel is like the when I show the house videos, right? When I post a video of the house, everybody likes that one and stuff. But these things we do not one project a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, and then you stretch the videos for like 5 or 6, right? And so it can be something that is every week. No, it's not possible.
Yeah,
It's
the only
really not
way,
possible.
the only way, right? And I think I've seen people do this, right? Some, and I clue in based on seeing like wardrobe not being changed in a couple of videos, and you can tell they create the content, right, with
Yeah.
like multiple content in the same day, and then they slice it, right?
Sure.
They slice it
Sure.
and then they fit it into segments. They're not talking about the same thing, but they filmed
Yeah.
everything on one day, right?
Yeah.
If you have that drive, right, to go and just soak in content, right? Do 3 different projects one day, come back home, sit down, do all the editing, right?
Mhm.
And then before you know it, you're putting out, 3 or 4 videos back to back to
Mhm.
back, right?
Yeah.
Which will interest your viewership,
Mhm.
But if you put in this great content down and you don't show up for another month, only the
Mhm.
people,
People forget.
only the people who care about what you're doing will come
We'll
back.
come back.
Yeah.
Right?
And
The
but
people who are
sometimes,
just browsing and clicked on something, they're not even subscribed to you anyway.
it is difficult for sometimes too, because the way we build, it's project by project. Like, you don't have the cash, right? You don't really have the cash to like build like the whole year. So you do stretch the videos. You do stretch it, but also too, it's kind of like there are always going to be in between times, right? It's kind of like you have to put the content in there to the next project video,
Build up. Yep.
and stuff like that. Unless you got it like that, and then you're building continuously, which is very, I think, really legitimately, maybe only 3% of people can do it. Like, they can sit and build like 6 legitimately.
Well,
Only about
if you planned it well, right, and you decided to, you did your, and I'm not trying to turn this into a building podcast, but we're still talking about content creation, right? So along those lines, if you plan it well, and you said, okay, I know my cost estimates, right? I did, bill of quantity and whatever. I know how much it's going to cost me from breaking ground to finishing, right? Then you can come back and say, okay, this is how much money I know in today's currency, right? And then you inflate it, you build in Ghana. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I'm gonna say the iron rod's gonna be like 2Gs.
Yes, boss.
What's up? Okay, this question for you. Your son, your daughter wants to quit their job, move to Africa. They say, Dad, I want to go do YouTube full time. Would they live in your house while they're doing the YouTube?
It depends on the age.
28. 28-year-old.
You gotta go. The budget is 18, man. So you what, 12 years over, man. So 10, 12 years over. So yeah, definitely not. I mean, I'll rent you a room, and you're working, so you got to come up something, right? Because we got this shots fired. We're gonna sign a lease agreement, and depending on how long you're gonna last with your videos, that will determine, how long you're gonna last in the house. So, because you out here to make money, so come on now, you gotta get some of the money.
But 2G, it's not your house, it's their house. You build it for them, remember?
I mean, I built it really for myself. You want to be honest with you? I give them land, so their land is there for them to build.
Yeah,
I gave my whole. Everybody got a land, so it's not. That's the best I could do now. Building, it's not gonna happen, So I'm dealing with it now, Like, look, you get a room, but 5 years from now, you may not get a room. So absolutely, I rent it to them. I'll be honest, I rent it to them, and because that's how they will learn to be responsible. That's how they will learn to appreciate what they have, and I might just throw in the electric bill. Listen, take care of the electric bill. You're gonna need the internet anyway. You might as well pay the Wi-Fi. So and then
You give them the electric bill, they'll look at you and say, "Yes, I want that one."
Yeah, that's
Right.
fine. I ain't got no mortgage, so I'm good with that.
No, they're gonna
Daddy,
tell
I'm
you
coming back.
Ghana doom so they'll
Well,
save money on electricity bill.
you got to charge your camera, so you definitely gonna have to keep up with that.
Great points.
You get doom, so you ain't got no camera.
Yeah, that's the kid. That's the kid who's sitting at the pub charging their camera on the- over the counter.
Yeah, it'll be gone. Keep drinking.
That's right.
You mean 2G? They're not going to call you and say, "Dad, the Wi-Fi is not working."
If you're 28, you ain't calling me. I be living in the house with you.
Great points.
I'm keeping it 100, man. I ain't gonna be in America when I got 25, 28 years old. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna come and I'm gonna be there before they even get there. You know what I'm saying? This is my house. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh man.
yeah, you want your own, go build your own, man. So I keep it real simple, man. Trust me. It's not worth it.
Good
for
point.
you to entertain them and knowing that they gotta respect the hard work. They gotta learn how to appreciate. So you want it, go out there and get it. I went out there and got it, so I lead you. That's the best option. Like I can't give you this freedom where you feel like it came easy. So that's when you don't respect it. So you have to make sure they earned it. So once they start paying the Wi-Fi, once they start paying the electricity, they will start unplugging stuff. When they're not doing it, they leave everything plugged in. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah. So, you know, they want to go to do YouTube video. Hey, kudos, man. We never know. You don't know what, that could be their breakthrough. So why not?
Right.
I'll support it, but I'm definitely going to support it with common sense. But get your own, or you pay me rent, because you're going to give the money to somebody anyway. So why not?
That's what be you.
Great points.
Yeah. So.
But I saw keep it in the family, right?
Yeah, keep the money in the family.
As long as it ain't going to bring no headache, I'm all right.
Yeah.
But a lot of headaches gets avoided when things are laid properly in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's me. You tell me you're going. Give me 90 days, 60-day notice. I'll let you know right away, man. Which one you taking, the electricity or the internet? You're going to ask me, what am I talking about? All right. We clean hotels available. We have, we have, what's the other one? Kimpiski is available. And kudos, man. All the best. I go hard on my kids, man. I'm telling you.
No, but I do the same. You have to, man. You have to.
Man, it's necessary, man.
It's
necessary. Putting the truth out there is not a sin.
You only get free stuff when you get good grades, man.
It's not a sin, man. It's not a sin to put the truth out there. Let the kids know it's not easy to come by the things they're getting.
Yeah, but my lady, she thinks I'm too hard sometimes. Like,
but that's the thing. It's like, I see parenting as almost like good cop, bad cop, right? So it's like sometimes we can't all be cuddling, and we can't all be harsh at the same time either. So
I feel like you have to draw boundaries, man.
Yeah, you have to. There are some lines you don't cross. That's for sure.
Great points.
This question, right? Actually,
any of you guys, I'm not arguing with you.
The females are always supportive. Oh, let them go. Don't charge them anything. But then you ask them for money and it becomes a fight.
That's right.
Yep, that's true, man.
That's fine. That's fine. It's what was I gonna say? No, because this question, I've seen it on YouTube, and that is what they did. They quit everything, and the parents were like, "All right, go over there and do YouTube, right?" And it didn't work out.
Of course,
really didn't work out, and so, I wanted to see what your guys' take on these things, because I feel like and maybe we may have to do an in-depth topic about do you support your children, with everything they want to do? I mean, I don't think so. I think there's certain things I'm like, nah, man, I just can't co-sign this thing. You can do whatever you want, but I just
Not
can't,
this one.
I just can't co-sign some of this stuff, right? And then so but I think I will, if they move like that straight there, yeah, they're gonna pay rent. They ain't gonna pay rent.
I mean, it depends on the child, It depends on the child, And some kids, you can tell they glued to this computer, and if that's what they want to do. Sometimes you just have to monitor it. Now, if he's been an athlete his whole life, and one day he see his buddy doing it, and he's just influenced by his homeboy. That's another story, right? Because you don't even know how to hold a camera properly, but you want to. The only thing he knows how to hold an iPhone, but you don't know nothing about editing, and so it depends. But if they're glued to that, computer, because there are some kids like they can tell like they want to play with cards 24/7, like since birth, favorite cars.
Mm-hmm.
All they want is cars. So if they say you want to be a race cars driver, or they want to be a mechanic, or so that they love cars, and that's something that
No, you got to be a doctor.
Well, I heard that. I'm still yet to see a doctor yet in the family. Another story. I see a bunch of Uber drivers though. Let me stop.
Man, there's nothing wrong with gig. There's nothing wrong with gig, man.
Oh man,
Absolutely not.
You're your own boss.
That's it.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. But not when the dream was to be a doctor. That's all.
all right, guys, this is awesome. We're gonna wrap it up. We'll continue behind stage. Thanks everyone. This is a good one.
Oh man.